Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Chiefs, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass. But he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Throwing is Mahomes on third. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Down to about the 45. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
First down. Here's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And this will be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot in the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Right where this set of down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, his throw incomplete.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are.
The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Burrow looking to pass. Dumps it off to Mixon. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
They use your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline.
Sammy Sideline, you know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field.
Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They go play action with Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Burrow will throw.
That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position, and even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
And this one will be a 29-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Mahomes now to throw. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. A good pickup there at 22.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire on the counter.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
But this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, the defense has responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From the 10.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Flushed out right, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Ahead of the chains now, second and 2.
Here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A first down there on a pickup of 25. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ron Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins matching up against the Indianapolis Colts. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And despite the fact that they're down...
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
75 yards.
And the Bengals have retaken a third quarter lead.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Trey Hendrickson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're going to look to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Dances by him. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From midfield now, Burrow. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
He's not quibbling about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards there, just like last play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 17, Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Burrow on third down.
Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Burrow looking to pass toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Again, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Moss. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, that's Hurst. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
We're back now in KC. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Throwing now is Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelce.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now it's Mahomes again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelce on the ground. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And marked down right at the 20-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. DJ Reader there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So this defense, Charles, quite a performance. Not working on a shutout, but they have still yet to give up a touchdown as they come up with the interception there.
Well, we've seen this from them before because you can move the ball on them through the middle of the field, but once you get into the red zone, that's where they really clamp down. They come up with the interception there, but you know about this crew. They're playing modern defense, taking care of the red zone 3rd downs and getting after the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken. with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Mixing up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
73 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game.
And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.